Alright, today I'll be installing my Bazzaz ZAFM. One of the issues I've had, oh sorry, I got a dog hair in my mouth, I just picked her up. One of the issues I've been having is, this is an 18 millimeter sensor, and there's a 12 millimeter bung on the Z125 Pro, and that caused a little dilemma because it obviously doesn't fit. So rather than cutting the bung hole, or whatever you call it, and welding a new one on there, I found an adapter, which is this. It's a 12 millimeter to 18 millimeter adapter. Now if you think about it, Man in the Box kind of did recommend against this, feeling like there wouldn't be enough airflow, and I'm gonna have to agree, it will probably be limited. Will there be errors in it? I don't know, but here's my reasoning for accepting this and this being okay. So basically, this has no, I guess, sniffer holes on the outside. They're all located at the bottom, okay? And they're all of a determined diameter. There are 12 holes around the perimeter, and then there's a hole in the center, all right? And that's going to go down into this guy, which, yeah, it's just a hole. And then there's an angle, about 45 degrees, and then come out this little 12 millimeter spot. So this is my simple math, simple reasoning, so please don't accept this as gospel. This is me thinking. So, yeah, that's painful. I'm just making my own assumptions. So basically, that's a smaller hole than the original 18 millimeter. I feel that the air going through the exhaust pipe is pressurized and will push up this hole. Okay, does that sound reasonable? As this will be screwed into the exhaust pipe. If you imagine this is the exhaust pipe, it's screwed in. It's going to be pressurized, and it would shoot out of here if nothing was here. Right? So I feel that stuff will get shoved up this guy's nose whether he likes it or not. So that's what I feel. So is the diameter, the internal diameter of this, enough to cover all these holes? I did a stupid little test. Basically, I took a picture face on of this and of that hole at the same distance. So I grabbed it in my hand, and I had both of them in my hand, and I held it like this where they were both flat on, and I took a picture. So in that picture, I just took it into Photoshop and put a little color to it to see if it was about the same volume, see if I can get the same, I guess, airflow. So if you imagine, if you go from one hose into a smaller hose, the water's going to go slower. You remove that smaller hose, it's going to go faster, or it's going to go the speed of the bigger hose. So the full speed is the part of the smallest diameter. So I don't want this to be any smaller than these holes right here. So I'll show you what I played around with. Whether it's right or not, you make your own decision, but this is what I'm looking at. All right, so we're just looking at my monitor. Again, these are the views I was telling you about. This is just a picture of it. So if I say, all right, here's the adapter, and then here's the wideband oxygen sensor. If I turn on this little layer, I colored in this part, right? So that's about the volume that hole can take. And they're about the same distance from the camera, so it should be relatively the same. So now I'm going to look at this center hole to see how much space it takes up in this. And again, this is not scientific. This is me goofing off in Photoshop just to look at it. So that is the same size as that. There are 12 of these little guys around. Is there enough area here to populate the size of this 12 to make sure I don't slow anything down? Boom. Yes, they fit. Again, whether that math is right or not, I was a little bit generous with the size of these dots, if you can tell. They are a little generous on both sizes, so I just wanted to make sure. There's plenty of space in the middle. I mean, it's not, the air doesn't come through in circles, but I just wanted to make sure that the volume was the same. So I hope this will be sufficient. We'll give it a shot, see how everything works, see how it mounts up. Let's get to work. I'm ready to go sweat in the garage. All right, man, let's get this party started. Welcome back. Look at that shit. That can't be good for business. Anyway, so I'm back. We're installing the ZAFM. See how that works out. Busted out my first beer today, And I tell you what, let me show you something. Coolest wife in the world. Bam, look at this. Ain't that the shit? She said, yeah. You want some beer? Hell yeah. Alright, so let's get this installed. Hopefully it'll go quick. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's get this going. So if you're wondering what level you need to take your exhaust off, oh, it's about right here. I couldn't get it to the little adapter. Oh shit, where is it? That little adapter right here. I couldn't get it to squeeze in there. Oh shit, I lost a piece. Anywho, so couldn't get this to fit in there. Trying to screw it in. It's about right here, and I'd hit body parts and stuff. I hope I can make it fit. We'll see. If not, then who knows what I'll do. Alright, this is what I got so far. I've got the little adapter on there. I've got this back on there. I screwed back my exhaust, so it's back on. I think I tightened this. No, I didn't, but well, I'll tighten that. So that needs to be tightened. I'm having an issue. So here's the sensor wire. It comes down. I've still got a lot of room. I can pull this thing to Kingdom Come, right? So I've got a quarter-sized bike, and I've got 10 miles of cables. So here's the sensor. The sensor has enough cable that I can get all the way back up here. So technically, this doesn't have to come down here, because honestly, this needs to be up there. So I need to unroute this. I guess bring it back up there, because I don't want the wires dangling. I would like to put this away nicely. From what the man in the box says, the original O2 sensor, this was it. This is where it plugged in. So if I grabbed it over here, this plugged in here, and this was the original O2 sensor. That guy does not need to be plugged in, so I guess I'll just jam it up in here. It's not on the instructions, but I'll do that. I'll make it up as I go along. And the cable comes all the way up to here, so I guess I'll just pull that back up in there, because it doesn't need to be in here. It's just a mess of cables. Nothing's to length. Anyway, so that's my experience so far. I'll continue on, see how it goes. I don't know if the shroud will fit yet, but I'm assuming with this angle it will fit. So basically, here's the adapter, and it's a little angle. It's a really nice piece. You tighten that dude down, you can achieve any angle you want. There's this dude, and I'll run it, and I guess I'll tape it up or something here and see if I can get it to work. So I've connected the cables. I don't know if you can see it deep in there. It's right there, that big connector in the center. I have it coming up. This is the extra wire that I'm going to have. So I've got to figure out what to do with it. Yeah, that's it. What's that? 4 feet extra. Something like that. No, I don't know. Too many feet. So I got to figure out. I'll just wad it up in there somewhere. I guess it's better too much than too little. I guess. Alright, so if you look at the angle of this, it's kind of going up and back. How do I explain this? It's going really close. You look where it is right there. So I'm going like right to the side of the cable management stuff originally there for the original oxygen sensor. This is about right here. I tell you what, that positioning is almost perfect for putting this back on. So I'll get this back on and tell you how well it fits. But man, that is almost just spot on. Hopefully that's it. If not, I'll have to move it over a little bit. We'll see. But just to give you an angle, that is almost the exact angle you would have to use. If it were over 2 more millimeters, it'd probably be better. But you know, for me, that right there is perfection. I can live with that. Who's the fucking man? Tom is. I'm doing all kind of debugging stuff because I can't get the Bazzaz software to work. It's not finding the device or the port. I never wanted to work on computers again, and this software is not even kind of working. So that's where I am right now. I'm sweating my jahoobies off right now. There's freaking instructions say uninstall and reinstall standard Windows stuff. So I'm working on that crap, trying to get it figured out. Otherwise, it looks like the piece is installed correctly on the bike, though it is throwing an engine code right now. That's my status. Joy. Alright, so I'm rebooting this thing again. I've plugged this in again. I've unplugged the USB cable. I've unplugged the power there. I am getting a diag light, so it is plugged in. It is noticing the computer anyway. To be a little bit more clear on what kind of computer this is a Lenovo laptop. I had it. I let my wife use it forever. She put a bunch of viruses on it. I don't know what happened, but let's just say it was unusable. So I said, oh, F a bunch of this. I want to use this for my, because I don't use stupid Windows machines. I use Macs. So I said, screw it. I'll go ahead and wipe it, and I'll put Windows 10 on it. So I ran out and bought $110 worth of Windows software just to use this device. That's the only reason I've got this on here. There's not anything else installed. Fuck, except that. Piss. Alright, there it is. All you gotta do is drop it and the piece of shit works. And I don't have an excuse, I don't have an explanation, but there it is, it's up. I'm gonna play a little bit, see what we can do. I'll go over to the mapping stuff and see what happens over there. See what we got. Self-mapping. You see the guy. I'll start the thing up and play, and I'll come back and tell you about it. So I've got the software installed. It's working okay. I can look at all the map stuff. Right now, I'm just doing it at no gear, no nothing. So it's not giving really great data. I do have the check engine light from installing this. Hopefully it'll go away. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I'll go play with it and see what I can do. I'm going to probably install my spools so I can set it up on a stand or something like that and work on it from there. So after the full install, I can't say I'm pleased as punch, but I do feel a little bit of snappiness in the throttle that wasn't there. I don't know why it's there. Maybe I'm dreaming, but we'll see what happens. I can't wait to play with it and really get a sense of it and really get a feel of it and see what it does. Once I get over the little hurdles, I'm sure it'll be great. Just the little pieces in the middle are very frustrating. We'll see how they go. Hopefully they turn out a lot better. I am really excited to see all the information and the data I can collect and the maps I can create with what I have right now. So keep watching. I'll come back with more stuff. We'll do some playing with the maps once I get a stand built, once I get the spools on and all that other shit. Alright, so thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, let me know. Subscribe, like the video. I love you long time. Bye.